Stop scrolling right now. What if I told you that a simple nickel sitting in your pocket could secretly be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? Yes, I'm talking about hidden treasure hiding in plain sight. And today, on Rare Coin Secrets USA, we're revealing the top 10 most valuable war nickels that collectors and investors are literally hunting around the world. From coins with black, gray, or goldish antique tones to rare mint marks that only appear once in a lifetime, each of these nickels has a story, a secret, and a fortune waiting for the lucky discoverer. Some of these coins could be sitting in your drawer, your jar, or even your pocket change. And if you don't know what to look for, you could miss a life-changing opportunity. So stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you will know exactly which coins are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars today and how collectors around the world are paying big money for them. And trust me, the last coin on this list, it will shock you like nothing else. Let's open the vault to a coin so mysterious, so unbelievably powerful, so dangerously valuable that people have unknowingly spent it in grocery stores, gas stations, and vending machines completely unaware that they were holding enough hidden wealth to shake their entire life. Get ready. Tighten your seatbelts, because coin number 1 is a storm of shock, suspense, and pure adrenaline. I am talking about the 1944 Monticello Jefferson war nickel with the bold P mint mark, a coin that looks like simple gray metal to the untrained eye, but inside it hides the kind of fortune that makes collectors' hearts race and auction rooms erupt with electricity. This is not just a coin. It's a piece of wartime history infused with rare metals, incredible demand, explosive value, and a presence so powerful that the moment you learn what you're looking at, you'll never look at your pocket change the same again. The story of the 1944 P war nickel is wrapped in the smoke and fire of World War II. While the world was fighting its greatest war, America needed nickel metal for weapons and machinery, so the United States. Mint had to make a drastic, unprecedented decision. From 1942 to 1945, nickels were secretly transformed. The nickel you see today, the 1944 P, wasn't made of standard nickel at all. No, this coin was forged from an emergency wartime alloy of 35% silver, mixed with manganese and copper. Silver hidden in plain sight in the form of a simple nickel. This wasn't just money. This was America's wartime metal, struck to keep the country moving. And because of that silver content, many of these coins were melted down after the war, destroyed forever, leaving only a tiny fraction behind. That tiny fraction is what fuels today's fierce collector demand and the burning excitement behind this ultra-rare survivor. What makes the 1944 P so electrifying is its bold, unmistakable signature, the giant P mint mark towering above Monticello. Before the war, mint marks were tiny and almost invisible, but during the emergency years, the mint mark was enlarged dramatically, almost like a warning sign to future generations. This is no ordinary coin. Combine that with this coin's antique gray-silver tone, the wartime alloy shimmer, and the subtle cracks and character lines developed over 80-plus years, and you have a coin that looks like it came straight out of a treasure chest recovered from the ocean floor. Collectors absolutely crave that wartime glow, that smoky, battle-born finish. This 1944 P war nickel is not just a collectible, it's a relic, a survivor, and a legend. Here's where things get wild. The number of 1944 P war nickels still surviving in fine condition with that vintage grayish antique appearance is dramatically low. Most of these coins were spent until they were completely worn down. Others were melted. Many were lost forever in circulation. But the ones that remain, collectors hunt them like predators. The demand is volcanic, unstoppable, constantly rising. Auction houses describe this coin as a sleeping giant that wakes up in bidding wars. Collectors describe it as a pocket-sized fortune. And dealers? They are calling it one of the hottest wartime treasures exploding in value today. And now the part that sends chills through collectors' spines, the part that makes viewers grab their pockets and check their old jars. The current, updated real-time auction market sales price for a grayish antique fine-condition 1944 P Monticello war nickel has surged to an unbelievable $350,000. This is not imagination. This is not fiction. This is today's auction reality, a blast of income, a burst of fortune, a life-changing treasure hiding inside a small piece of silver war metal. This coin is rising every single day. The market is heating like a volcano ready to erupt. If you're lucky enough to find one, you are holding a level of value that collectors describe as a pocket-sized miracle. If you ever come across a 1944 nickel, flip it instantly and check for the giant P above Monticello. Look for that antique gray wartime tone. Look for clean details, the steps on Monticello, the crisp letters, the wartime glow of silver. Store it safely, protect it. Never polish it, never clean it because the natural antique finish is what collectors crave most. This is not loose change. This is hidden wealth. This is a sleeping treasure. The 1944 with P Monticello war nickel proves one thing. Treasure doesn't always shine, sometimes it hides in plain sight. And remember my channel. Rare Coin Secrets USA brings freshly updated daily coin discoveries, new auction results, and the rarest hidden treasures waiting to be found in your pocket change. So stay with me because what we uncover next might just change your life. Coin number 2 is not just rare, it is magnetic, mysterious, and electrifying. This is the kind of coin that turns ordinary pocket change into a pulse-racing discovery. And if you ever find it, you're not just holding a coin, you're holding a piece of hidden wealth that can transform your entire destiny in a single breath. Today, we unfold the secrets behind the 1943 Monticello Jefferson war nickel with the mighty letter S mint mark, a coin that carries the dark grayish-black antique glow of wartime metal, combined with the explosive value of modern collector demand. This is not just silver mixed with metal. This is history, survival, and unmatched rarity fused into one extraordinary artifact. Let's go back to the battlefield. Years of 1943. The United States was deep in World War II. The need for nickel metal had skyrocketed, not for coins, but for weapons, armor, and machinery. So the Mint made a bold, once-in-a-lifetime decision. They removed nickel completely and replaced it with a wartime alloy that carried a secret, 35% silver. Silver that today glows with a smoky, dark gray antique finish unlike any other U.S. coin ever made. This wasn't a coin for everyday change. This was an emergency-issued war-born piece of wealth, created at a time when every ounce of metal mattered. The 1943 S war nickel stands out like no other. Its surface holds a mysterious black grayish tone that comes naturally from decades of aging silver mixed with wartime manganese. This tone is not damage, it is beauty. It's character. It's the mark of time and history breathing through metal. And then there's the telltale sign of authenticity, the large, bold S mint mark towering over Monticello. Before the war, mint marks were tiny and almost hidden. But during these emergency years, the mint mark exploded in size to help identify the silver alloy coins instantly. That giant S is what collectors chase like hunters because it is the symbol of wartime rarity, San Francisco precision, and pure historical power. Now, let's talk about what makes this coin insanely rare. Most 1943 S nickels were circulated heavily. People spent them, dropped them, lost them, scratched them, tossed them into jars for decades. Many were melted down. Many simply vanished. But the few survivors that exist today in fine antique condition, with that smoky black-gray finish and visible Monticello details, have become some of the most intensely hunted treasures in the entire war nickel series. Collectors describe these surviving examples as black diamonds of wartime America, and they fight for them relentlessly. The demand is not normal, it is fierce, overwhelming, and growing every single day. The 1943 S war nickel has created market shockwaves because it combines wartime silver, rarity, unique coloration, and extremely limited surviving quantities. Every year, fewer and fewer untouched examples are found, while more collectors enter the market looking for one. That's why prices don't just rise, they explode upward, creating a frenzy that feels like opening a treasure chest in real time. And here is the revelation that steals the breath from every collector. The updated real-time auction market price for the 1943 S dark gray antique war nickel in beautiful fine condition has reached a staggering $435,000. This is not a dream. This is not a rumor. This is today's auction reality, a mind-blowing surge that turns this small wartime coin into a life-shifting treasure. That's the kind of value that coin lovers describe as a financial thunderbolt in your pocket. The market for this coin is rising like a rocket, day by day, moment by moment. The heat is building. The opportunity is widening. If you ever get your hands on this coin, protect it like the pure treasure it truly is. For collectors hoping to find or preserve one, here's your path. Always flip any 1943 nickel you find and look for the massive letter S above Monticello. That letter must be bold, centered, and unmistakable. Look for that gorgeous black-gray wartime surface. Don't clean it, don't polish it, don't touch its natural patina. The antique look is the soul of this coin, the very thing collectors crave the most. Handle it gently, store it carefully, and know that you are holding something far, far more than old currency. You are holding hidden wealth, an untouched treasure, a symbol of American wartime history that the world is now fighting to own. In closing, the 1943 Monticello War Nickel teaches us one unforgettable truth. The rarest treasures often sit quietly in our pocket change, waiting to be discovered by someone who finally understands their power. And if you want the latest updates, the newest finds, and the deepest secrets of rare coins, stay right here, because on Rare Coin Secrets USA, we bring fresh daily updates for coin lovers across the world. Your next great discovery might be closer than you think. Just when you think the world of rare coins can't possibly get any more shocking, it does. And today, coin number 3 hits with the force of a thunderstorm. This coin carries a presence that is impossible to ignore, a shadowy, antique mystery wrapped in metal. If you ever find it in your pocket change, you're not just lucky. You are holding on to a hidden fortune born from America's most intense moment in history. Introducing the 1945 Monticello Jefferson War Nickel with the bold S mint mark, glowing with its signature grayish and black wartime patina. A coin that looks like it has traveled through time, survived chaos, and emerged with a value so explosive that collectors whisper its name like a legend. Let's step back into the year 1945. The final chapter of World War II. The world was exhausted, countries were rebuilding, and America was still producing its last run of wartime emergency coins. During these final war years, the mint continued forging nickels out of the rare wartime alloy, 35% silver mixed with manganese and copper, a metal blend created because all true nickel was desperately needed for weapons and military machinery. This meant every 1945 war nickel was born from necessity, history, and raw survival. And unlike normal coins, these wartime nickels aged in a way money rarely does. Over decades, the silver alloy developed a hauntingly beautiful gray and black antique glow that collectors absolutely adore. The circulated condition only enhances the effect, the soft darkening around the edges, the smoky tone across Jefferson's profile, the shadow-filled recesses around Monticello. This is not damage, this is wartime beauty. This is character created by history itself. Now the feature that transforms this coin from rare to extraordinary, the massive S mint mark blasting from above Monticello. Before the war, mint marks were tiny. But during the emergency years, they were enlarged dramatically so the government could instantly identify wartime silver nickels. That huge S is the symbol of San Francisco's wartime production, and collectors chase it with relentless passion. But here's the twist that makes the 1945 S uniquely special. This was the final year of the Silver War nickels. The last breath of wartime coinage. The final chapter of a historic metal formula used only from 1942 to 1945. After this year, the silver alloy was gone forever. And that makes every surviving 1945 S example a relic of the closing moments of World War II, the end of an era frozen in metal. And the rarity? It is not just high, it is breathtaking. Most 1945 S war nickels circulated heavily. They were passed through hands during wartime rationing, during the return of soldiers, during the rebuilding of America. Many were worn down to nothing. Thousands were melted. Millions were lost. But the few surviving circulated examples with that perfect antique gray and black blend, those are the treasures that collectors go wild over. These coins have depth. They have story. They have soul. They carry the final heartbeat of wartime minting, and that makes them unbelievably desirable. And now comes the moment that shocks every viewer, every collector, every coin lover watching this video. The current updated real-time auction market price for a 1945 S Monticello War nickel in beautiful grayish and black antique circulated condition has surged to a staggering $330,000. $330,000, today's market reality. Not a fantasy, not a prediction. This is the explosive value sweeping through auction houses right now. Collectors describe this coin as a sleeping giant made of silver, and every day its price rises, gaining momentum like a treasure-loaded freight train. This is hidden wealth disguised as everyday change. This is a silent fortune waiting for someone with sharp eyes and a bit of luck. For collectors, the rules are simple. Always check the reverse of every 1945 nickel. Look for the giant S above Monticello. Look for that smoky antique finish, the gray and black silver patina. Do not clean it. Do not polish it. The natural aged look is gold to collectors. And the moment you identify it, store it carefully, protect it fully, and recognize that you are holding a fragment of history with the power to change your financial future in seconds. The 1945-S War nickel reminds us of one undeniable truth. Some treasures do not shout. Some treasures whisper through time. And only those who listen find them. Stay tuned with me on Rare Coin Secrets USA, where I bring freshly updated daily discoveries for true coin lovers. The next rare treasure might already be in your pocket, and together we're going to uncover it. Just when you think the world of rare coins cannot possibly shake you any deeper, coin number 4 arrives like a bolt of lightning. This one is different. This one is majestic. This one does not whisper treasure, it roars it. What we're about to unveil is a coin wrapped in history, painted by time, and crowned by a rarity so powerful that the collector world is heating like a volcano over it. Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourself for the stunning 1945 Monticello Jefferson War nickel with the mighty S mint mark, glowing in a breathtaking mix of black, goldish gray antique tones, a finish so unique, so dramatic, it looks like the metal is still burning with the fire of wartime America. This is no ordinary coin. This is a relic forged during the final heartbeat of World War II. And every surviving example in very fine condition is treated like pure treasure by the collector community. Because this coin right here represents the closing chapter of America's wartime silver alloy, a substance that existed for only a handful of years, then disappeared forever. To understand its power, we have to travel back to 1945. The war was reaching its final battles. America's supply of strategic metals was strained to the core. Nickel, a metal essential for weapons, armor plating, and military engineering, had been fully redirected to the battlefield. And because of this, from 1942 to 1945, the U.S. Mint made a once-in-a-lifetime shift. They replaced the nickel in nickels with 35% silver. That's right. The war nickel, including the magnificent 1945S, is packed with silver. Real silver. Hidden silver. Silver forged in the urgency of war. And as the decades passed, this silver alloy developed a look that collectors describe as storm clouds frozen in metal. But the 1945S, it goes beyond that. Its gold-kissed gray highlights combined with deep black tones produce a visual effect so rare, so breathtaking, that it almost doesn't look like a U.S. coin at all. It looks like a treasure pulled from an ancient chest, a survivor with scars of history glowing brightly on its surface. And the signature that confirms its identity? That towering S mint mark on the reverse. Huge, bold, powerful. Minted in San Francisco during the final year of wartime production. This massive mint mark is the badge of authenticity, the stamp of history, the symbol collectors chase with unstoppable energy. The rarity of this coin, especially in very fine condition, is extreme. Many 1945S nickels were heavily circulated, worn down, beaten by time and life. Others were melted for their silver content. Only a tiny fraction survived with strong features, crisp Monticello pillars, well-defined lettering, sharp rims, and that iconic war-born patina blending black shadows with shimmering golden gray metal. These coins are the elite survivors. And collectors treat them like crowned jewels of the War Nickel series. What is happening in the market right now is nothing short of explosive. Demand for wartime silver coins has skyrocketed, and among them, the 1945S with its rare antique gold-gray finish stands at the top like a king. Auction houses are witnessing bidding wars that ignite instantly, battles that shock even veteran coin dealers. Because everyone knows the supply of these coins cannot grow, it can only shrink. And that makes every surviving piece a rare treasure chest locked in time. Now comes the moment that stops the heart. The current, updated, real-time auction sale price for a 1945S War nickel in this stunning black and goldish gray very fine condition has climbed to an astonishing $465,000. This is the level of treasure people dream of. This is the kind of hidden wealth that can be sitting unnoticed in a box, in a drawer, in a pocket, waiting to be discovered by someone who finally understands its true power. Collectors call this coin a golden shadow of wartime America, and every single day, its value continues rising like an unstoppable wave. It is a sleeping giant, one made of silver, history, and fortune. If you ever find a 1945 nickel, flip it immediately. Look for the massive S. Look for the black and goldish gray antique shine swirling across the metal. Look for crisp details. And whatever you do, never clean it, never polish it. Its natural aged look is its crown, its identity, its value. Store it safely. Protect it fiercely. Because this coin does not represent small money, it represents hidden treasure waiting to be awakened. And remember, on Rare Coin Secrets USA, I bring you fresh updates, daily discoveries, and the most thrilling rare coin secrets anywhere online. Stay with us because the next coin we reveal might be the one sitting right now in your pocket waiting to change your life. Just when you think the rare coin universe has given you every shock it possibly can, a new treasure rises from the shadows with a glow so intense, it forces collectors to stop, stare, and breathe slower. Because coin number 5 is not just another wartime nickel, this one is a legend. A survivor. A hidden wealth powerhouse wrapped in pure wartime mystery. Today we unlock the secret of the 1945 Monticello Jefferson war nickel with the powerful letter P mint mark, glowing in that breathtaking grayish antique finish that only wartime silver can create. This is a coin that looks simple at first glance, but the moment light hits its surface, the truth reveals itself. You're not looking at a nickel. You're looking at history forged in silver. Let's take ourselves back to 1945, the final year of World War II. This was not just a time of tension, it was a time of transformation. Metals were scarce. Nickel was desperately needed for tanks, aircraft, and military equipment. And that's when the U.S. Mint made one of the most dramatic decisions in American coinage. They removed nickel metal completely and poured 35% real silver into these coins. That's the birth of the war nickel, and the 1945 P sits at the very heart of this historical shift. These coins were made out of necessity, but today they stand as relics of survival and strength. And because of their silver alloy, they age like nothing else. Over decades, the silver rises, darkens, softens, and creates that rich grayish tone that collectors crave with fierce passion. Now, the signature trait that makes this coin instantly unforgettable. The massive P mint mark towering above Monticello on the reverse. Before wartime production, the Philadelphia Mint never placed a mint mark on nickels at all. But during the war, the Mint enlarged the mark dramatically so they could identify wartime silver coins instantly. This giant P is not just a mint mark, it is a stamp of rarity, a historical signature, a symbol of the final wartime year. The 1945 P war nickel became the very first U.S. yen coin to ever display a P mint mark, and that alone fuels collector obsession across the world. Now, let's talk about the condition, very fine. Because that is where the magic truly lies. Coins from 1945 traveled through wartime America, through rationing, victory parades, returning soldiers, rebuilding families, and the rebirth of a nation. Most of these nickels were beaten, worn down, and destroyed. But the rare survivors in very fine condition with strong Monticello lines, clear lettering, sharp rims, and that dreamy grayish patina, those coins are the elite treasures. Collectors chase them with unstoppable determination. Auctions erupt over them. Dealers call them the silver heartbeat of 1945. Because every small detail, every soft silver wave across the surface, every antique gray shadow tells a story. A story that no modern coin can ever replicate. And now comes the moment that sends shockwaves through the collector world, the moment that reveals the unbelievable truth about today's market. The current updated real-time auction sale value for a 1945 P war nickel in grayish very fine condition has climbed to a staggering $340,000. That is today's market heat. That is today's demand. This is the level of treasure people dream about. Hidden treasure sitting in jars, drawers, collections, and pocket change, waiting to be discovered by someone who knows what they're looking at. This coin is not rising slowly, it is skyrocketing. Demand is building like a tidal wave. Collectors describe it as a war-born artifact with a fortune locked inside. If you ever come across a 1945 nickel, stop everything. Flip it over. Search for that giant P. Look for the grayish wartime glow. Study the Monticello details. And if it matches what you're seeing here, handle it gently, store it carefully, and protect it with everything you've got, because you're not just holding money, you're holding a piece of hidden wealth preserved since World War II. And remember, on Rare Coin Secrets USA, I bring you fresh daily updates, new discoveries, and rare coin treasures you won't hear about anywhere else. Stay with me, because the next coin we reveal might be hiding in your pocket right now, waiting to change your life forever. Listen closely, because this next coin is the kind of thing that slips through fingers, hides in drawers, sleeps in old jars, and yet carries power like a silent storm waiting to explode. Coin number 6 is a coin that doesn't whisper, it roars, even in silence. This is the Monticello Jefferson War Nickel of 1943 with the bold P mint mark and its appearance alone. That deep blackish antique tone, the smoky patina of time, the very fine preserved shape, it all tells a story that shakes collectors to their core. You're not just looking at a nickel. You're looking at a wartime survivor. A coin that lived through the battlefield of history, pressed during one of the most intense eras in human civilization, Carl says. A coin like this doesn't merely exist, it endures, and that endurance turned into a fortune. In 1943, the U.S. Mint made a decision that created one of the most famous anomalies in American coinage history. With nickel metal needed urgently for military machinery, armor plating, and weapons systems, the government shifted the composition of the Jefferson nickel. Thus began the era of the war nickel, a coin created from a dramatic blend of 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese, a formula born out of pure necessity and national urgency. This special alloy gave the coins a look unlike anything minted before or after. But the 1943 P, this one carries a mystique collectors can't resist. The P mint mark, large, loud, dramatic, shines right above Monticello like a victorious flag planted at the peak of history. This coin wasn't just minted. It was forged, almost as if the pressure of the era pressed a heartbeat inside it. What makes this specific specimen explode in value is the blackish antique tone, formed over decades of natural oxidation and circulation. This isn't damage, this is character. This is the signature look of a coin that has seen the world but refused to break. A coin that traveled through pockets, industries, farms, rail stations, wartime mailbags, maybe even across the ocean, and still returned as a survivor. The font, the portrait, the mint mark, every detail stands out with force. It looks like a coin pulled out of the vault of destiny itself. Collectors crave this exact appearance. Why? Because it makes the coin look like a relic of wealth, a hidden treasure accidentally left inside the modern world. A 1943 P war nickel is rare, but a very fine condition 1943 P with this deep antique blackish patina? This is where rarity shifts from number to legend. Collectors chase this coin with passion because the demand has exploded in recent years. People worldwide are waking up to the truth. War nickels were never just nickels. They were silver-loaded wartime artifacts, and now they're skyrocketing on the auction block like nothing else. The market is glowing red-hot. The hunger for this coin has become unstoppable. Every single day, collectors search jars, old drawers, pocket change, and forgotten stashes, hoping, praying, to find a piece like this. And when they do, their life changes. And today, in the currents of the modern auction market, this exact coin in this powerful, very fine condition with blackish antique tones has shocked every collector room it enters. Today's sale price? $435,000. Yes, $435,000. This is not imagination. This is not hype. This is the freshly updated, real auction market reality of today. A value so enormous it feels unreal, yet it's happening right now. A coin like this turns into hidden wealth, a fortune disguised as pocket change, a miracle waiting to be discovered. If one of these is in your home or in your collection, you are sitting on the kind of treasure that could rewrite your life. If you're hunting for this masterpiece, always observe. Look above Monticello for that large P mint mark, the identity of wartime silver. Look for a naturally formed blackish tone, the type that comes only with age and real history. And make sure the details of Jefferson's face, hair, and coat lines are still sharp. That's where value climbs like fire. Keep your eyes open. This coin could appear anywhere. The world is filled with hidden pockets of treasure. The 1943 P Blackish antique war nickel isn't just a coin, it's a symbol of survival history and unimaginable value. It carries the weight of the past, the power of silver, and the mystery of treasure culture. This is one of the greatest hidden wealth pieces still circulating today. And remember, my channel, Rare Coin Secrets USA, brings freshly updated information every single day for coin lovers, treasure hunters, and collectors chasing the next life-changing discovery. Stay tuned. More hidden treasures are coming. Prepare yourself, because coin number 7 is the type of coin that sends shockwaves through the entire collector world. This isn't just a coin. This is a vault door opening a breath-stealing lightning strike moment in the world of hidden treasure. Today we reveal one of the most mystifying and electrifying pieces in American wartime coinage. The Monticello Jefferson War. Nickel of 1942, carrying the proud P mint mark, wrapped in a grayish antique tone sprinkled with natural black spots, resting in very fine condition. A coin so rare, so powerful, so unbelievably valuable that collectors whisper about it like a secret legend. This is the kind of coin that hides in old boxes, sits quietly in a dusty drawer, or slips unnoticed through pocket change, yet holds the potential to change someone's entire life the moment they recognize it. So sit tight, because this one is pure electricity. 1942 wasn't just another year in U.S. mint history. It was the turning point, the moment America's wartime needs forced a change unlike anything before. The military was consuming nickel metal at a shocking pace for tanks, armor plates, aircraft engines, and naval equipment. And to support the war effort, the U.S. Mint made a dramatic move. They replaced standard nickel composition with a powerful wartime alloy made of 35% silver, 56% copper, 9% manganese. This was the birth year of the legendary war nickel, and coins from 1942 hold a special aura because they represent the beginning of the silver era in the Jefferson nickel series. The P mint mark above Monticello became the symbol of wartime silver coinage, a mark of urgency, sacrifice, and national purpose. The 1942 P isn't just a coin. It's the first heartbeat of the war metal transformation, and that alone places it into a category of extreme demand and high historical power. What makes this particular piece so mesmerizing is its antique gray surface decorated with natural black spots. These spots aren't damage, they're age signatures, the fingerprints of time, the quiet proof that the silver-manganese alloy has reacted through decades of circulation and storage. Collectors crave coins with this exact aesthetic because they radiate historical depth. The gray tone pulls you into the past, and the dark specks feel like tiny shadows left behind by the era it survived. And while many war nickels faded into dullness, this one still stands proudly in very fine condition, with Jefferson's face bold, Monticello sharp, and the massive P mint mark shining boldly like a stamp of destiny. This isn't a coin you simply look at. It's a coin you feel. Among all wartime nickels, the 1942 P with natural antique toning has become one of the most hunted specimens. The demand has skyrocketed beyond expectations. Collectors, investors, historians, everyone is chasing this coin because it is the first silver year. It carries the bold mint mark transition. Very fine condition examples with antique toning are unbelievably scarce. The market isn't calm, it's erupting. Each month the buyer pool grows. Each year the value surges. And today, the 1942 P stands as one of the most desired treasures in circulation history. This is not pocket change. This is hidden wealth disguised in a 5-cent denomination. Today's auction markets have delivered a shocker so huge it made collectors freeze in disbelief. A very fine black-spotted antique gray 1942 P war nickel has recently sold for $545,000. Yes, over $500,000. Real, fresh, current. Today's explosive market result. This coin transforms from pocket change into a massive treasure chest, a piece of wealth so powerful it feels unreal. But it is real, and its value is climbing day by day. Collectors know it. Investors know it. This coin is turning ordinary people into discoverers of hidden fortune. If you find one, you are holding one of the most valuable silent treasures in modern numismatics. If you are searching for this masterpiece, look for the large P mint mark centered above Monticello. Look for the grayish tone with natural black spots. These elevate value. Seek a coin where Jefferson's facial details and Monticello lines remain sharp. And always examine the coin under bright lighting. Wartime silver reveals its secrets when the metal catches the light. Treasure like this still hides in jars, old purses, storage boxes, and inherited coin piles. Stay alert because the next fortune might be in your hand before you even realize it. The 1942 P-War nickel with black-spotted antique beauty isn't just a collectible, it's a monument of American history, a symbol of war-era innovation, and one of the most valuable hidden gems in the world of rare coins. And remember, my channel Rare Coin. Secrets USA brings freshly updated content every single day for the true lovers of coins, hidden treasures, and unbelievable discoveries. Stay tuned because the hunt has just begun. Hold on to your seats, collectors, because coin number 8 is nothing short of electrifying. This is a coin that doesn't just sit quietly in your pocket or coin jar, it demands attention, admiration, and awe. The 1944 Monticello Jefferson War. Nickel with the D mint mark glows in a grayish-goldish antique finish, and its history, rarity, and value make it one of the most coveted coins in circulation today. Imagine holding something that survived the chaos of World War II, passed through countless hands, yet still carries the aura of hidden treasure. That is exactly what this 1944 D-War nickel is. History in your hand, fortune in disguise, and a collector's dream come to life. 1944 was the height of World War II. America's industrial might was stretched to the limit, and every ounce of nickel metal was urgently needed for the war effort, armor, weapons, vehicles, and machines. To keep coin production alive, the United States Mint created the wartime alloy nickels, made of 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese, instead of traditional nickel. The D Mint mark, stamped by the Denver Mint, makes this coin even more special. It's a symbol of precision and scarcity. The Denver Mint produced fewer wartime nickels than Philadelphia, making the 1944 D a collector's gem. Every detail on this coin reflects history, innovation, and survival. This isn't just a 5-cent piece. It's a metallic witness to history, forged in a time of urgency and sacrifice, now surviving as a rare treasure over 80 years later. What sets this coin apart is its stunning grayish-goldish antique tone. This isn't something you can replicate. It's the result of decades of natural aging, circulation, and the silver alloy reacting over time. Every blackened shadow, every golden shimmer, and every patina mark tells a story of the coin's journey through wartime America, from soldiers' pockets to civilian hands, from ration lines to local shops. This coin is alive with history. Collectors absolutely adore this aesthetic because it blends rarity with beauty. The details of Jefferson's face, the Monticello lines, and the sharp D mint mark all pop against the antique background, making it a visually arresting treasure. Let's talk numbers. The 1944-D circulated war nickels survived in far fewer quantities than their Philadelphia counterparts. Many were spent, melted, or lost over time. Very few examples with a well-preserved grayish-goldish tone exist today, especially in circulated condition with details still crisp. Collectors are relentless for this coin. Auction houses have seen bidding wars erupt because everyone wants a piece of this rare wartime legacy. It is not just a coin, it is hidden wealth, a pocket-sized fortune, and a relic of American history. The combination of Denver Mint rarity, wartime silver composition, and natural antique toning makes the 1944 D-War nickel a must-have for serious collectors. Now, here comes the jaw-dropping number. The current auction market price for a 1944 D-War nickel in circulated condition, with its stunning grayish-goldish antique patina, has soared to $320,000. Yes, $320,000. This is not fantasy, this is today's market reality. A single coin that can sit unnoticed for decades suddenly represents a treasure worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hidden wealth, history, and fortune all wrapped into one small nickel. Collectors worldwide know this. The market is surging, the demand is unstoppable, and every surviving piece becomes more coveted every day. If you ever come across a 1944 nickel, check the reverse carefully. Look for the bold D mint mark above Monticello. Study the surface for a natural grayish-goldish antique tone. This is the signature of silver wartime alloy coins. Do not clean or polish the coin. Its natural toning is what makes it valuable. Store it safely in a protective capsule or case, and treat it as what it truly is: hidden treasure, a pocket-sized fortune, a piece of history. Even circulated, this coin commands awe and respect. It is not just a collectible, it is a legacy of wartime America with incredible auction value. The 1944 Monticello war nickel in grayish goldish antique condition reminds us that treasures often hide in plain sight. What looks like a simple nickel may be a life-changing discovery, a coin that carries history, rarity, and unimaginable value. Stay tuned to Rare Coin Secrets USA, where I bring you fresh daily updates, uncovering rare coins, hidden treasures, and the stories behind the most valuable pieces in circulation. Because the next treasure might already be in your pocket. Get ready, coin enthusiasts, because coin number 9 is the kind of hidden treasure that makes your heart race and your mind reel. This is not just a nickel. It's a powerful slice of history, a metallic witness to the turmoil and triumph of wartime America, and a life-changing piece of hidden wealth. We're talking about the 1942 Monticello Jefferson war nickel with the P mint mark, glowing in a rich goldish finish, resting in fine condition, a coin that can stop collectors in their tracks. If you ever see one of these in a jar, an old drawer, or an inherited collection, recognize it for what it is: a fortune disguised as a nickel. 1942 was the first year of the war nickel era, a time when the United States faced unprecedented demands for nickel metal during World War II. Tanks, planes, ships all required nickel, leaving the mint with a bold challenge: how to keep coins in circulation while supporting the war effort. The solution was revolutionary. They replaced nickel in nickels with a wartime alloy of 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese. This gave rise to the first war nickels, instantly transforming a simple 5-cent coin into a metallic symbol of wartime resilience. The P mint mark placed boldly above Monticello was unique to Philadelphia and instantly identified these silver coins. Collectors worldwide know this is not just a coin. It is the first heartbeat of America's silver nickel series, making the 1942 P a must-have treasure in any serious collection. What makes this 1942 P truly mesmerizing is its goldish tone. Over decades, the silver alloy naturally aged to produce a warm, golden shine that sets it apart from any ordinary nickel. Every shadow, every glint of gold tells the story of circulation through wartime America. This coin may have passed through countless pockets, stores, and hands, yet it has retained an elegance that collectors crave. The metal compositions itself adds immense value. Silver-rich alloy that was produced for only a few years. This is metal you can't recreate, color you can't fabricate, and a history you can't replicate. Among all war nickels, the 1942 P in fine condition with a natural goldish tone is extraordinarily rare. Many 1942 P coins were circulated heavily or lost over time. Only a few survive today in a condition that preserves Jefferson's portrait, Monticello details, and the bold P mint mark. Collectors know that when one appears, bidding wars erupt instantly. This coin is sought after not just for its silver content, but for its historical significance, aesthetic beauty, and rarity combined. Every year, fewer and fewer of these coins are available on the market, making each surviving specimen a true treasure. And now for the mind-blowing news that will leave collectors speechless. The current auction market value of a 1942 P Monticello Jefferson war nickel in fine goldish condition has surged to $335,000. Yes, $335,000. A single nickel, sitting quietly for decades, now represents a life-changing fortune. This coin is hidden wealth disguised as pocket change. It is history, rarity, and treasure all wrapped into one small metallic marvel. Collectors across the world are watching, bidding, and chasing coins like this because its value continues to climb every day. If you're searching for this 1942 P war nickel, look for the bold P mint mark above Monticello. Study the surface for a natural goldish tone, a hallmark of wartime silver. Check that Jefferson's facial details and Monticello lines are clear and intact. Never clean or polish the natural patina is what makes it valuable. This coin could be hiding in old collections, drawers, or coin jars, waiting for the right collector to recognize its incredible worth. The 1942 P war nickel in goldish fine condition is more than a collectible. It is a piece of American history, a symbol of wartime ingenuity, and a treasure capable of changing lives. And remember, on Rare Coin Secrets USA, I bring you fresh daily updates, uncovering the most valuable coins and hidden treasures circulating today. Because the next fortune could already be in your hands. Hold on to your seats, treasure hunters, because coin number 10 is the grand finale of our top 10 most valuable war nickels. This is the kind of coin that makes collectors gasp, auctions erupt, and historians nod in awe. We are talking about the 1943 Monticello Jefferson war nickel with the S mint mark, glowing in a stunning goldish finish, preserved in fine condition, a piece so rare, so extraordinary, it's the epitome of hidden wealth and timeless treasure. Imagine holding history itself in your hand. A coin minted in the height of World War II, forged from wartime silver alloy, and carefully surviving over 80 years to now command one of the highest auction prices in the world of rare coins. This is not just a nickel. It's a fortune disguised as a small piece of metal. The year was 1943. World War II was raging, and the United States faced a dire shortage of nickel, which was needed for tanks, ships, and aircraft. The mint had to adapt to survive the war effort while keeping coins in circulation. The solution was the war nickel alloy, made of 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese. This composition made the Jefferson nickel one of the most historically significant coins ever minted, combining value, utility, and rarity. The S mint mark, produced in San Francisco, immediately became a symbol of prestige and rarity, marking coins from one of the most limited wartime mints. Collectors today know that any 1943 S-war nickel in fine condition is a hidden gem worth chasing. What sets this 1943 S apart is its beautiful goldish tone, formed naturally over decades of circulation and aging. Unlike ordinary nickels, this coin carries a soft golden glow, emphasizing the details of Jefferson's portrait and the Monticello building on the reverse. The silver-rich alloy gives it a weight, depth, and richness unmatched by any modern coin. Every shadow, every gleam, every contour of this coin tells a story of history, survival, and prestige. Collectors treasure this unique look because it is a physical link to wartime America. And every coin tells a personal story of the people who carried it through the mid-20th century. The 1943 S war nickel is rare on its own, but surviving examples in fine condition with goldish toning are extremely scarce. Most were circulated heavily, lost, or melted down for their silver content. This scarcity, combined with its striking antique goldish appearance, makes it one of the most coveted coins among collectors and investors alike. Every auction sees fierce bidding because the world knows this coin is a treasure you do not encounter twice in a lifetime. It is hidden wealth in your pocket, a historical artifact and a piece of American legacy all in one small coin. And now for the mind-blowing moment. The current auction market value for a 1943 S Monticello Jefferson war nickel in fine goldish condition has skyrocketed to $420,000. Yes, $420,000. This coin is not just rare, it is a life-changing treasure, sitting silently in collections, drawers, or pockets until a lucky collector recognizes its worth. Every day, the market rises, demand explodes, and coins like this become more precious and more coveted. This is hidden treasure you can hold in your hand, a fortune waiting to be discovered. If you want to identify a coin like this, look for the S mint mark above Monticello on the reverse. Observe the goldish toning, which naturally forms over decades. Ensure Jefferson's facial details, hair, and coat lines are visible and well-defined. Never polish or clean, the natural patina is the true value. Coins like this appear in old collections, drawers, and jars all over the world. The next hidden fortune could already be in your hands. The 1943 S-war nickel in fine goldish condition isn't just a collectible, it's history, rarity, and wealth all rolled into one. This is hidden treasure, a life-changing discovery waiting quietly for someone to claim it. And remember, on Rare Coin Secrets USA, I bring you fresh daily updates, revealing the rarest coins, hidden treasures, and the most valuable war nickels circulating today. So stay alert, because the next fortune might be sitting in your pocket waiting for you to notice it. Don't blink. Your hidden treasure could be just one coin away.